see a perfect example of a hobosexual that will ruin your life? Look no further. Izzy! I could do like 5 videos on that man and how he is a perfect example of why you should not date hobosexuals, especially those who have a lot of unresolved childhood trauma that they've clearly not dealt with yet, and especially the ones who use vulnerability to manipulate women. I also think, by the way, Love is Blind is a perfect example of how men don't think that lying includes omission. I mean, we saw it with this mess, and I don't even have the energy to go into how problematic this man is in terms of gaslighting women. I'd much rather focus on Izzy because Izzy is a more manipulative. And the woman that he loved, he basically like bullied into telling her biggest secret. You can be honest. Tell me about it. So she does. And then he attacks her for it. Like, I'm so glad she got out of there and avoided this mess. Thank you, Lydia, for being, I don't even know the word to describe it, but making her want to leave because she avoided possibly the worst relationship of her life. And then after he made her cry because he judged the crap out of her for telling the truth, he's like, she didn't have to tell me. She didn't have to tell me. And well, anytime a man is really upset about something and attacking you, he is guilty of something. I knew his reaction. He was all like, come on, tell me. She told him. And he's like, you're a liar. You know, I don't like liars. I don't like liars. And then the whole time he was lying. But men don't think withholding really important information is lying. Like, it's not just him. It's not just Izzy. We're going to get to Izzy in a second. Because holy crap, he's the most problematic person on this whole show. But they don't think that not telling you about really important stuff is a form of dishonesty. And that includes, men will just be like, I didn't tell her I had a wife, but I didn't lie. I didn't lie about it, but because she didn't explicitly ask me, do you have a secret wife that you're not telling me about? I just didn't tell her. That's not lying. Do you see what I mean? I didn't tell her I had an STD, but she didn't ask. That's not lying. Men lie all the time. And the most common way that they lie is omission, which is why you got to ask these men a lot of questions and then let them talk. Because she is now stuck with a liar. And Izzy lies so much. By the way, we don't know these people. I don't know Izzy. I don't know her. I don't know any of them. I don't care. You don't know them. I might be wrong. You might be wrong. We all might be wrong. Okay? That's a given, right? But Izzy's been listening to some men's rights podcasts or some crap because this 50-50 stuff, he's like, I only do 50-50. Even though you own an amazing house and a Mercedes, at least one, because there was another one parked in the garage. Whose is that? Your daddy's rich, but he's just going to conveniently leave out that he is broke as a joke. He's also jobless. He does not have a job. He's not technically a hobosexual because he does have a place, but the man does not have a job. He literally quit his job to start a new job, like opportunity, then came straight to the show. Her family was like, so do you have a job or not? And he's like, nah. He dodges questions, y'all. Watch out for this. But okay, the whole thing around money is so important, especially for women, because women are going to get screwed because of money. The only reason women have any rights is money. Money! The only reason anyone has rights is money. That's why you cannot be free without some form of financial insecurity, because you can't make choices if you are either dependent on a man or a man is completely dependent on you and financially ruining you through his debt. Which is what Izzy's going to do to this woman. Everything she's worked for is going to disappear because this man wants security. He wants unconditional love. He said it twice. Marriage is not unconditional love. This love is conditional. He's like, no, I want a woman to love me no matter what. And he tests her. This dude tested her by letting her see all of these little, like, lost and found drawer that he had, which is like tokens and trophies he's keeping from all the women he had schmegs with. And he's all like, what? Don't judge me. I'm just trying to be transparent and vulnerable and raw. If this is who I am, if you don't like it, I'm not for you. Take it or leave it. This man didn't change it. He wants her to change. And he wants unconditional love, which is reserved for children, not men. Romantic love is conditional, especially in patriarchy, where women are going to get screwed if they don't find a safe, reliable, honest partner that loves the crap out of them and wants to be a teammate, not a husband. There was multiple times that he could have mentioned that he is broke, and he didn't. And the one time that he really should have said something is when she had this hard conversation. Like, we need to talk about 401ks, retirement, my HVAC, if it goes out, that's $20,000. Like, she was like, money, 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 because it's super important to her, as it should be. As it should be to all women. Without financial security, you do not have options and you're stuck, which is deadly. And she's like, I like nice things. La, la, la. These are the conditions. This is what I need. Are you on board with that? And this is what he said. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that with me. You're good. Liar. Now, to be fair, Stacey has got some problems too. I think a lot of women can learn the way that she brought up really hard subjects and calls Izzy on his crap. But what you can learn from him is how men will gaslight women again, 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 again. Deflect, avoid answering the question, and then use tears and their vulnerability, like Jordan Peterson style, to get you to shut up. All the times that she called him on his crap, he shut her down by calling her judgmental, materialistic. And she was like, why don't you have like real plates? You have paper plates. Is that what you're gonna serve me dinner on? Well, yeah, that's just the way I am. If you don't like it and you don't accept me, like that's judgmental of you. That's materialistic of you. Every time she had a valid criticism, he would flip it around and call her judgmental. What I think Stacey needs to work on is her cool girlism. Because she just wanted to have fun in the pods. She should have been asking these hard questions in the pod. Like, I don't know. And he was like, why would you be vulnerable? And made her feel like she's not vulnerable, which she's not. He's not vulnerable. Yes, she has a vulnerability problem. I can relate a lot to her. It actually reminds me of my old self. Guarded, hiding behind jokes, just wants to have fun, super financially independent and never relied on a man. And then this man gave her butterflies. And she thought the butterflies was love. It's not love. Butterflies is not love. That's your nervous system being like, rah, rah, rah. She's like, oh my God. And then she also fell for the other thing, which is Izzy triangulating. This girl who seems to have some unhealed codependency. Now, it worked out for her because she's with a better partner now. A guy that seems on the surface to be pretty nice, pretty vulnerable, pretty supportive and all that stuff. But we don't know him. He was the safe choice. But she chose the emotionally unavailable Izzy because he made her feel like a teenager. She felt like she had a crush. Y'all, both of these women, their bodies tried to tell them to run. Both of them fell for Izzy's crap. And now she feels really dumb. Stacey's going to feel like this pretty soon. Or she's going to marry this dude and he's going to financially ruin her. And then she's going to feel really dumb. Now, every time Stacey tried to tell him what she wants, which is him to be the man that he said he was going to cook her dinner on paper plates. He's gonna rub her feet, do all this romantic stuff. He didn't do any of that. In fact, she's cooked him dinner twice and he hasn't cooked her dinner yet. She's not a dinner cooker. Her family is like, whoa, you cook dinner? Oh my God. She's making an effort. This man is not. When she called him on it and was like, dude, you said you're gonna do all these things and you're not doing any of it. And we're working the same amount of hours. I'm putting all this effort in and you're not. Like, I feel like you don't appreciate me. I feel attacked. I'm never good enough for you. Any man that says I'm never good enough for you, maybe it's because you're being too demanding, but a lot of times it's because he's not good enough for you. Instead of owning up to him not making the effort he needs to, dude, like, you guys have like 2 weeks to prove to each other that you love each other. And the one thing she asked for, which is dinner, he won't do. He has hit the jackpot with her. But he's also set her up with a bunch of tests being like, are you going to accept me? Are you going to fight for me? Are you going to give me unconditional love no matter what I do? And the answer is yes. He calls him on his crap every single time and then he does the DARVO crap. Even this, after this big fight, he like ran into the closet and was like, yeah, you're attacking me. And she had to go console him like he's a little baby. And then, he just didn't want to talk about it. And the next day, he's like, I came to work. It was a big deal for me to come because you really hurt me. She's apologizing at the end of this conversation because she's always the one apologizing, not him. Even when she had very big, valid concerns. And he shows up and instead of actually cooking her dinner, he's never cooked her dinner this whole time. He had Netflix make her dinner at the airport. He gave her a dinner coupon in this stupid gift, along with a plunger to remind her that she clogged the toilet. So even his she's like, this is the most romantic gift I've ever gotten. Is it though? A man who gives you a plunger to remind you that he loves you at your most embarrassing moment, that he's gonna fight for you because you're so difficult and a nag. This is his idea of love. Breadcrumbs that you should be grateful for because you're just so hard to deal with and you don't love him because he's not enough. He's trying so hard, even though he's literally not doing the one thing she keeps asking him to do. Make her dinner! And then he's also lying because he only loves her because she loves him unconditionally. That's all he's ever wanted. A nurse and a purse who will be a mommy to him and accept him as is so he never has to do anything. I'm running out of time. I could do a whole video on just this one conversation. She caught him lying and he flipped the script and she ends up apologizing. This scene should be taught in school about the way men lie by omission.